Hi everyone, it's Preston from Preston's 8 Legs. Today I want to update you all on the tarantulas that I have and just show you kind of the progress that's been going on with them. First up we have here is Silk. She is my Gramistola pulchra, and I did a rehousing video for her about 3 months ago. And I just wanted to do like a little quick update for her just to show you like what she's done in her enclosure and any new updates for her. So she has not molted since being put into this enclosure, which is a medium tarantula crib slider enclosure. But she has gotten very big and thick. She's been eating very well, and actually lately she has not been eating. So, and her abdomen is very thick. So, from what I can tell, she looks like she may be in pre-molt, which is good because I always like to see them grow and be happy. And as you guys can kind of see, that is her right there crawling out and kind of getting disturbed by me moving the enclosure around a little bit. But yeah, that's her. This is her enclosure. She really didn't, like I said, she really didn't do too much here. Mainly what she did, as we see her crawling out here, mainly what she did to her enclosure here was she just kind of made this little tunnel here on the side of her tree stump. And then she made a little hole that goes into underneath the tree stump that connects to the other opening that you see her coming out of over here. And basically this is where she spends most of her time. I've only ever seen her basically in that hole in that cavern, or maybe just over here in the little brush, but she really doesn't come out too often. But it's nice that you guys are able to see her now. This is, kind of rare. I don't really see her come out too often, so this is pretty cool that you guys are able to see her come out and say hi and just check up on her. So again, this is Silk. This is my Gramistola pulchra, and I've had her for about almost 2 years now. So I think this fall will be about 2 years. So she's grown significantly, but slowly. So next I'll show you guys Roman. Okay, and here's Roman. He is my Gramistola pulchripes or pulchripes. I'm not really sure how you say it. It's Latin, so it's a dead language, so what does it matter? But everybody knows what you mean when you say the pulchripes or pulchripes. It's pretty much the same thing. So this is him. He is kind of skittish right now. He's a little shy. He's been kind of shy lately. But he did molt since being put in here. He molted once, and he's just been doing great. He's been getting bigger. Honestly, he's scrunched up right now because he's just a little skittish and shy. But if you see him with his legs out, he's definitely gotten even bigger than when I filmed a video of putting him in his enclosure, which is the same enclosure that Silk is in, which is a medium slider tarantula cribs enclosure. And with him, you guys can see he did a lot more work in his enclosure than Silk did. He's definitely a little excavator. So as you guys can see here, you guys want to go and take a look back at that video, rehousing my Gramistola pulchripes. It's a lot different. He's added a ton of tunnels. I did not put any of these tunnels in. I basically put the dirt in, a little wood hide over here, some leaves, these leaves here, these fake plants here, and then basically let them do what they want to do. And he has moved all the dirt that was out of this corner here, moved it all out to here, made a whole tunnel here, going around the side here, going up. There's that little wood piece I was talking about. It was more straight and flat. He kind of let it fall down and rearranged it. Dug out this whole corner of all dirt that was here. Brought it around the front here. Dug a little cave there. Dug down. Dug this tunnel here. Dug a tunnel all the way up to here so you can come around this corner. So he did a lot of work in his enclosure here within the past 2-3 months. So he's been hard at work, but I'm happy. I'm happy with whatever he decides to make, because whatever he makes is what's going to make him feel comfortable and secure. And I like it because I can keep an eye on him. He built all the tunnels and holes, very visible to me. And plus he likes it because it gives him more room to spread out and more room to hide, and makes him feel more secure, which is the whole main point. So again, this is my Gramistola pulchripes or pulchripes, and this is Roman, and I've had him for about the same amount of time as I've had Silk, about almost 2 years now. So he's getting big, and he's definitely, he was slow growing in the beginning, but now that he's starting to grow, he's growing pretty rapidly. So I'm excited to see him grow up and even get brighter colors on him with those little gold patches on his legs. Next, I will show you guys Julio. Okay guys, this is Julio, and if you guys have watched my videos in the past, you guys will know that this is actually my first tarantula that I've ever had. So actually I'm going to drop this down a little bit because this enclosure is a little bit smaller. And let me get a good sight there. There we go. So this is Julio. He is my Brachypelma homoi. And he is that tarantula that you guys basically see everywhere. That black and orange tarantula that you see all over media, movies, and TV shows. That's the species of tarantula that Julio is here. And again, like I said, he's the first tarantula I've ever had. So I've had him for a little over 2 years now. And he's significantly smaller than the others just because this species is known to grow very slowly. But luckily for that, that means I get more time with him, and hopefully he gets big and I get to have a lot of time with him in many years. So that's nice. Now Julio, he's a little bit different. He really doesn't like to burrow too much. He kind of just likes to hide underneath whatever I give him, and he's dirty. I clean him non-stop. I mean non-stop. He has, between the poop and the water droplets that I give him, he just makes a mess out of his enclosure, and it never really stays the same for more than a month at a time. He normally moves stuff around, or I move stuff around for him, and basically, like you can see, he just kind of hides underneath the leaves, and really that's it. He doesn't really dig too much, and that's just what he is. And he's not very sociable. He doesn't really like when I'm around, which is understandable. I'm a lot bigger than him, a lot scarier. So, but this is Julio, my Brachypelma homoi, my first tarantula that I've had for just a little over 2 years now, and I'm really happy to have him. And I will show you guys Cinnamon next. Okay, so here's Cinnamon. Now, you guys have seen her in a very recent video, and I just basically been using her as a representative for what I've been talking about, just because she is the biggest tarantula I have, and as you guys can see, she's even pooped more than last time, because I cleaned the enclosure after last time, and she pooped some more. She just doesn't stop pooping. And then I had this little water cup for her that I used to fill up with water, and about a week ago she had started the habit of just completely filling it with dirt and then sitting on top of it like a nest, and I don't know what that's all about. I don't understand it, but now like she took out some of the dirt, it seems, and there's some more water in there, so I'm not really quite sure what she's doing. But all I know is that I gotta clean her enclosure out again and tidy up a little bit, because she likes to make a complete mess out of her enclosures, which is fine, I guess. You know, I figured, you know, everybody says tarantulas are very tidy animals, and they tend to be. Just some of them are a little bit messier than others, which is fine. But as you guys can see here, she has a pretty big enclosure. She doesn't really dig around too much or burrow too much, except for moving dirt into her water cup, which I don't understand, and I don't think any tarantula keeper understands, but it is what it is. But mainly what she uses here to hide is the wood piece that I gave her right here, which works out pretty well, and she likes it. It's really long, it's tall enough for her, and it's deep enough for her, and it lets her escape and hide away from when she doesn't want to be seen by me or anybody else. So, but she has plenty of dirt here to burrow if she ever wants to. But that's pretty much it. This is my Brachypelma Amelia, so this is kind of like a cousin to Julio, but obviously a lot bigger. But I got her at around this size, a little bit smaller, but still big. I got her about a year ago now, so she's grown quite a bit in a year, but still not full grown or anything. So I'm excited to see what they look like completely grown up, and see the adult colorations coming even brighter. I love when they molt, because basically she has her adult colorations now, but when they molt, they'll come in even brighter and even more beautiful. So I really look forward to that. So next I will show you guys tie-dye. Okay guys, now this is tie-dye. Now as you guys can see, this enclosure is a lot different than any of the other ones. So tie-dye is my Chromatopelma cyanopubescens, which is Latin for green bottle blue. It's not Latin for green bottle blue, but the common name is green bottle blue, and the scientific name is Chromatopelma cyanopubescens. I think I say that right, but it's close enough. But this is tie-dye. I named him after the bright colors that he has on him. And as you guys can see, he has a large slider enclosure, just like Cinnamon did just before. And they have this enclosure just because he is my second biggest tarantula. He may even be a little bit bigger than Cinnamon, but he definitely uses this just because, as you guys can see, he webs up a lot. And he's classified as terrestrial, but he's technically semi-arboreal, which means that he kind of goes on the ground, kind of goes up in the air a little bit, but not really too far up in the air, kind of just like bush height. So that's why I have less dirt in here and more top space so that he can web up and climb a lot more and has a lot more webbing points here. So as you guys can see, he really likes to make this web bedding here and make these little tunnels here for him to take off in and go up and down and go inside of and hide out, because he's kind of a wild child out of all my tarantulas, as you guys can see here. Let me see, there we go, back this up a little bit. So he is definitely one of the more wild ones that I have. He's not like vicious or anything, he just is like more skittish and more active than the rest. The rest, you know, you can kind of say they're basically pet rocks every once in a while. Tie-dye, he likes to move. He likes to be active, and especially when it's feeding time, he is on the ball. You will not catch him lacking when it comes feeding time, which is just fine by me, because it always makes for some great scenes and some great things to see. So he definitely attacks him. His butt's very fat right now because I just fed him a hornworm, which is those big juicy bluish green worms that are really juicy and basically like gummy worms, but they're living. And they actually turn into a hawk moth if you let them what's the word, I want to say transform, but they're not a transformer. But if you let them morph into a butterfly or a moth, they'll turn into a hawk moth, which is actually pretty neat to see, and they grow very, very quickly. Like, I get them from the store, and if I don't use them all, within a month, that little tiny worm that's probably about that long and about as wide as a pencil will be as big around as my thumb and about that long, and then they turn into a cocoon, and then about 2 weeks later they turn into a hawk moth, and they're huge and they're nice to see. But my tarantulas love them because they're like a little juicy snack. But anyway, back to tie-dye here. So as you guys can see, he built some more tunnel webs here, and he has some more tunnels here underneath his web. So he really doesn't really do too much burrowing in the dirt. He really relies on his webbing. He just goes straight to town, just webbing it up and making his environment basically out of webs. So, which is definitely nice to see, and it's very beautiful, and it's very unique to see, because this is just awesome, in my opinion, just to look at all the webs, and especially seeing him crawl around on them. So, again, this is Tie-Dye, my Chromatopelma cyanopubescens, and I've had him for about 2 years now as well, and he's one of my, I think he's my second tarantula I've ever gotten. So, and he's definitely grown up very quickly. He's getting up there. So, but I do look forward to having him for a very long time, and looking forward to seeing him even get bigger and get an even bigger enclosure for him. So, next I will show you guys Curly, and after that I'll show you guys Jacqueline. Okay, and second to last is Curly, and as you guys can see, he is a lot tinier than everybody else. His enclosure fits in the palm of my hand. So he is a Ticklocotyle albipilosus. You guys can read that and tell me how you guys would say that. I don't speak Latin. I'm sure now a whole lot of other people speak Latin, but you tell me. I say Ticklocotyle albipilosus, which is close enough, I guess. But I basically say that with every single name. As long as you can kind of guess and you put the effort in, that's good enough by me. And his name is Curly, and that's because his common name is a curly-haired tarantula. And the reason why is because when he grows up, he'll be black, but he'll have these little hairs that are coming all off, and very wiry-looking hairs that are like grayish, whitish, and it makes him look like he has very, very curly hair. So he's a curly-haired tarantula. I just named him Curly just because it was fitting. So he is down here in the corner. He is kind of just chilling out. He's very shy. He's very just, he's not skittish, but he's just shy. He doesn't really like to be out, doesn't really like to be seen, and is kind of just a little scared little guy, but it's fine. I understand. He just basically has these little tunnels here in the corner and underneath, and another tunnel right here, and then he has this little side tunnel here. He likes to do corner tunnels, which is cool. I guess I like it because I can see him at all times, even when he's hiding. But I'm not really sure why he just picks the corners to make little burrows in. But whatever. Every tarantula is different, and they have their own preferences. But again, this is my Tachylocaudal albipilosis, or my curly hair tarantula, and his name is Curly. And I've had him for almost 2 years now. I got him at the same time I got not cinnamon, silk and Roman. So you guys can see the size difference between them and Curly here. He's growing very, very slowly, which is known to happen with this species. That's just what they do. They just grow very, very, very slowly, which is fine by me, because then I get to have him for a longer time and he gets to enjoy life longer. So that's what makes me happy. So lastly, I'll show you guys my newest addition that you guys have seen before and met before. It is Jacqueline, my true spider, my jumping spider. Okay, guys, and lastly, but certainly not least, is Jacqueline. She is my jumping spider, my first ever true spider out of all my spiders I keep. And she is about, I would say, about 8 months old, maybe. I just got her about 3 months ago, and I've been enjoying having her. She's in this coffin enclosure from Tarantula Cribs, and she's been liking it. She kind of just sticks to up here in the corner, which she built this little web hammock at, but during the night, and then during the day you'll see her out and about, just kind of wandering around, going down here to the ground. I'll try to see if I can get, there we go, coming down here to the ground, and there's her little water dish, and just kind of exploring and seeing what's going on around here, hunting for food when she's hungry, and then basically just chilling up in her little hammock when she's all done. She really doesn't really do too much webbing except for where she does sleep, which is fine. But yeah, she's been enjoying it. I've loved having her. She is a Phidippus regius, and she is a female, and what you can tell is because of the coloration on them. And the reason why I named her Jacqueline is because it's a play off of Jack-o'-lantern, because she has this little orange face that's on her butt. Can't really see it now because it's kind of hidden by the webs, but that's the reason why I call it that. One, it was not my creation. Actually, my dad came up with that name, and it was very fitting. I thought it was very cute, and I liked it. So yeah, she's just been chilling out up here, eating away. She's already molted once since I've had her, and even gotten a little bit bigger. So that's been great, because you know, when they're molting, you know that they're being healthy and they're doing what they're supposed to be doing, which is always a good sign. So thank you guys again very much for watching. I really appreciate you guys watching and enjoying the videos and commenting and subscribing and liking it. But you know, mainly my main thing is, as long as you guys are enjoying the videos, that's all that matters to me. You guys don't have to like the videos, you guys don't have to subscribe. It's always appreciated, but I just enjoy making the videos that you guys like to see, and I like that, knowing that you guys are building a little bit of a bond with the tarantulas and the spiders I have, and getting to know them a little bit more. And I'm glad I got to do this video here to just show you what they've been up to and what's been going on with them, and give you a little update on what their enclosure looks like now, and just kind of keep you guys up to date. So thank you guys again for watching. I hope you have a good day, and if you guys did enjoy, please do like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.